The casino heist in Persona 5 is one of the most significant events throughout the main story, but what makes it so significant? Of course, the factors such as the palace design, finally wrapping up all the loose ends throughout the story, and even working with Akechi for the first time as a Phantom Thief. Today, though, I will be focusing on something that accompanies you through the entirety of the palace. The theme of it, Whims of Fate, sung by Lin, a common voice you hear throughout the Persona 5 soundtrack. The song Whims of Fate immediately plays as you enter Nejima's palace, and continues with you throughout it, much like the other songs in previous dungeons. But this time, this song has lyrics unlike previous dungeons, which furthermore tells the story of Nejima's distorted views in the Persona 5 storyline. This song, as a general conclusion, is a representation of how Nejima feels about the justice system in her world and the corruption that comes with it. On top of the visuals you see, this song heightens that feeling Nejima has towards the justice system through its lyrics, in which her distorted reality courthouses are like casinos. You never know what cards are going to be dealt your way, but 95% of the time, the cards are not in your favor. Hence, the house always wins. Now that we've got a consensus that the song is about corruption and the workforce Nejima resides in, let's look into the lyrics of this song that further emphasize this failure of due process along with inequity. Let's look verse by verse and conclude what these are telling the listener. Starting with
Champagne floated, dinner suicide. Keep your focus away from her cheating hands. Tell me that's that sexy. Gonna say what she's got in store for her man.
the first couple lines set up the atmosphere of the palace, giving it a Las Vegas setting, living lavishly along play on words with suits what people wear and the suits of cards like spades and hearts. The main focus on this verse is what follows it. Tell me, does that sexy gown say what she's got in store for her man? This line is one of the reasons why she created a palace herself. She is angry for the rightful reasons about inequity in the workplace for men and women, which is shown throughout Persona 5 with their interactions with the SIU director and herself. This further twists her sense of judgment by learning throughout the workforce. Women will be objectified through all ranks in the world of Persona 5 and in our world as well. Let's follow up this verse with the main chorus of our song.
So we know the dice, see what they made for. Come on, why don't we spin the wheel? See who it may go. Give in to temptation. Maybe lose it though, yeah. Who knows what the winds of fate may lead us.
Once again, that parallel with her distorted view of the justice system as a gambling hall, using words such as roll the dice and spin the wheel, comparing them to games like craps and roulette, to Nejima in the justice system. She can give into these addictive temptations of putting criminals she doesn't like away, hence why she was such a top criminal prosecutor. She wants criminals to lawyer up and fight the case. She runs the justice system. We could say the casino in this case, and as I said earlier, the house always wins. She is the house. This chorus gives us an insight into Nejima's addictive tendencies that she's also so addicted to. Like a gambling addict at a blackjack table. Let's wrap up the lyric analysis with our final verse.
And the lyrics, keep your focus away from your cheating eyes. Tell me, what's the bow tie on the card guy? Tell you about his design.
Now, our second verse develops our listener's mental image of what Nejima wants the criminals to think the courthouse as. She wants them to see it as something they can't keep their eyes off of, using words such as chandeliers and decollets as distractions said what's actually happening to them. The design of the justice system in Persona 5 is that it lures criminals like bait. And doing so, say Nejima herself is doing these corruptive actions and giving into these tendencies like a gambling addict. She prosecutes criminals by any means to get that guilty verdict because ultimately she is so addicted to winning. Throughout the entirety of the palace, you can see all these signs about winning wherever you look. Nejima does all this to prove to the world that she is a woman not to be messed with, and should be treated equally as a man in her workplace, but the actions she takes don't further help her case in this circumstance. As we conclude this short analysis of Whims of Fate, let's recap. The casino is Nijima's distorted view of the justice system in Persona 5. It has parallels such as casinos being rigged, such as the justice system, inequities in both workplace and the gambling floor, and finally Nijima's pursuit to be the best, working twice as hard to do something a man only has to do with half the effort. But that does not justify her actions in winning rigged cases without fair due process. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if there's anything that I could have explained better, or if anyone has any questions, please leave me a comment below, and please drop a like. I am fairly new to this. I would appreciate any form of support. Thank you so much.